Hey folks, Thom here from Two Wheel View. We're going to try to give you a quick rundown of chain cleaning and maintaining. We're going to use hopefully some things that you have lying around your house, including bike lubricant to make your chains look a little bit better than this one we have here. So whether it's salt and crusted or a bunch of road grime, we're going to get you sorted today. Here I have some lubricants. So there's a wet lube here as well as a dry lube. Hopefully you'll have lubricant at home. Then I just have a couple rags. One of these is just an old pillowcase. And I have a little flathead screwdriver, an old toothbrush, and this is just rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. So it's a good cleaner that won't damage the frame or any parts on the bike, but usually breaks up grease pretty well. So this chain is super rusty. So what I'll do is I'll grab probably my dry lubricant here because it's gonna do a better job of seeping down into the bits of the chain. If you don't have a stand at home, you can just lean your bike, the rear tire, up against a door frame or something like that, allowing you to still move the pedals freely backwards. As I'm pedaling backwards, I'm just gonna apply a drop of lubricant to the chain here. And if you want to be really, really diligent, you could apply a little drop to each pivot of the chain. But if you are lazy like me and don't want to sit there all day doing that, you can actually just get a thread going and just pedal backwards. And there's a nice steady stream there. I'm dripping a little bit on the floor. Might be a good time to have a rag on the floor. And I'm just trying to get a little bit of lubricant all across the chain. And then what I'm going to be doing is pedaling backwards again and just pinching the chain. And I just want to make that lubricant spread it around to all parts of the chain, but also take away some of the excess so that my chain isn't just dripping with lubricant. I'm pedaling back here. So it's kind of spreading out. Already it is starting to move a little bit freer than it was when we started. If my chain wasn't rusty, but it was covered in gunk and grease, I'll grab my rubbing alcohol and I will just spray some of it on the chain. So I kind of like to aim at the rear lower jockey wheel. It's just an easy place to kind of shoot for. As I pedal backwards, I can just get a steady stream kind of spraying on that. You can actually buy the rubbing alcohol in spray bottles already. So that makes it really easy to apply it. And then I'll just pedal backwards.
And what I'm doing there is similarly just kind of breaking up some of the dirt and grime. That alcohol will do a good job of kind of loosening up some of the road grime and grease.
Nice thing about using the alcohol is it evaporates quite quickly. So it cleans up parts of the grease and then it will evaporate away so that you can apply new lubricant. The next thing I would do is just to clean up my gears a little bit for the spring. Handy dandy rag. And I'm just looking to slide it in between those teeth. So there's going to be one side that locks and one way that spins. So I can just sliding that rag along there is just kind of cleaning out some of the gunk. So then I'm just going to move up the cassette, just using the edge of the cloth. It has a nice ridge. Hopefully this is just going to shine up those gears a little bit and take out a bunch of the road grime that you've picked up during the winter or you've left on there from last fall. If you want to get really nitty gritty again, get in there with your toothbrush and just kind of clean out some of that extra gunk.
You can also use a degreaser for this if you have something lying around. This is just already, it's cleaning out all the little shift ramps and little edges of your teeth so that you don't have extra dirt and grime that is in there wearing out your chain.
Sweet. And then we're gonna throw the wheel back in. I shifted down into that high gear, that smallest cog, mostly because it makes it easier to put it back on. I'm just gonna put my gears in between the two pieces of chain here. I'm gonna set this upper chain on my smallest cog or my highest gear and then rotate it in, and you can see the derailleur kind of rotates around there. In this case, I'm aligning the disc brake at the same time. allowing it to slip in there, doing my awesome ninja stance, and locking down my quick release. So this is just taking a quick look at the rear derailleur. You have these two jockey wheels or pulley wheels. So this lower one here and then this upper one here. What happens with those is they also build up old grease and road grime, kind of builds up. Sometimes it can kind of make the chain skip and move around. So nice thing to do is just get your little flathead screwdriver and just start chipping away at some of that grime there. So pull my wheel backwards and it'll make the chain and the pulley wheel move, and then I can just hold my flathead screwdriver there and it just knocks off some of the gunk and grime, and I can do that on both sides of the wheels and on both jockey wheels. Looking at that chain now, probably just apply one more coat of lubricant to that, wipe off the excess. This will probably get me rolling for the next month or two, as it's still kind of the mucky season, and this chain is probably only going to take a little bit more of a beating until we're truly into the drier parts of the spring.